All right, all right. Thank you. Well, welcome everyone to our Sunday celebration service. I'm Reverend Valorie Gunsch. We're delighted that you're all here with us today. Welcome to those of you who join us online as well on a regular basis. We know you're out there, and those who are dropping in from time to time. Please make your presence known and say hello in our Facebook or YouTube streaming chat so we can say hello back to you. So thank you for being here today. And I would like to offer our opening prayer and give us a focus today, given all of the difficult things that are going on in the world. I used to listen to Greg Braden's Ancient Language of God, where he studied some of the ancient prayers of the Hebrews and of the Muslims and so forth. And he discovered that the essential elements of each of these prayers had three things, that when you pray for whatever suffering has happened for the person who is suffering. You pray for the person who has inflicted the suffering. And you pray for yourself, who is a witness to the suffering and still yet affected by what we witness that is painful in the world. So let us drop from our head to our hearts. Take some deep breaths together, and as we come together united in prayer, as one heart and one mind, we pray for others and we bless them with divine love and light, as yesterday's daily word said. We hold in consciousness the words of Martin Luther King Jr., that darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. So right here and right now, we connect with that light and that love that is within our hearts. So we come to our heart and we come to the awareness of some of the turmoil and some of the difficulties that may be personal in our lives or happening globally or collectively. We take this time bring a concern to mind as you breathe in. And breathe whatever that concern is in, and let us breathe out peace. Breathe in whatever is distressing, and breathe out peace. And breathe in another concern, or just whatever is distressing, and let us breathe out light. Breathe in again the difficulties, whatever it is that we are seeing in our life and the affairs of our world, and breathe out love. In this prayer time, we shower our world and each other and this community here in Richmond, here in our state, and all across our country and around the world. We shower our peace and our light. We radiate that out from the spiritual doors, if you will, of our heart space. And we are present to our concerns, and we are present to our compassion for those who have experienced harm. And we hold a moment of silence for them now. For any and all who come to mind who, you know, are experiencing suffering or harm. And now, we are present to our concern and our compassion for those who have inflicted suffering. For we know that hurt people and healed people heal people. So we send and shower our light, our love, our forgiveness to those who have inflicted harm, who know not what they do. We hold a moment of silence now for them, inviting hearts to open, hearts to connect with their essential spiritual nature and worthiness and union with all that is. And now we bring our compassion for ourselves. For we are all energetically linked. We are all feeling and witnessing difficult things that have been perpetrated, difficulties, whether personal, with illness, or with sickness, or with difficulty in relationships, or whatever is out of harmony. We have compassion for ourselves, being a witness to those things. And through the power of prayer, right in here and right now, we are uplifted as we affirm with each other, as we pray with each other and our world, that we bless you with light and with love. I bless them with light and with love. Say those words to yourself now. As we pray for others, we bless them with our light and our love. And we see these loving thoughts and vibrations moving out into the invisible with a rippling effect, harmonizing and attracting more love, more peace, more healing, more unity. And we know and we affirm that our prayers do make a difference. And for this knowing, we are grateful, and so it is. So let's say our opening statement, our true statement today together, which is, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. Our service leader today is Valorie Walker, and she's going to share the daily word with us. And our music team today is Peyton Lassiter, Vicki, and Armand Leek. We're grateful for them to be here today as well.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Boy, this is a great-looking group. Wow. Ooh, yeah, good stuff. So our word for today is guidance. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Created in the image and likeness of God, I have creative power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thought to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Oh, not so much for me, but like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open sea, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience and get ready for the journey. I map the course to my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind moves me. I collaborate with Spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. And this is Proverbs 16:9. The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. Now we're going to say 3 times our affirmation. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence.
Sing with us, please.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you.
I think that was my aerobics for the morning. All right, well, we have some amazing announcements. First, after the service today, we're going to have a Unity Foundations meeting. So if you want to become a member or you want to dive deeper into what we are, come join us. And then we're going to be having a potluck today. And so next, we are going to have a chair yoga introduction with Petra I want to say it wrong, but Petra, I'm just going to say Petra. You want to come up and introduce it? Thanks. Philippi. Okay, thanks. Thank you, friend. Sorry.
No, please, you did a great job.
Good morning, my beloved faith community. It's an honor and a privilege to stand here and introduce what changed my life. And I don't say this lightly. I will share the benefits of yoga, but without it becoming a sermon, I brought this so I keep track. I was introduced to the practice in '98 after the birth of my 5th child, and being a single parent, I had very little opportunity to go about into the world and maybe partake of classes. So one of the women who is now internationally known as a very reputable teacher was the mother of a child whose care I had in my care. And she introduced me to this practice, which was dynamic, it was strong, it was physical, it was everything my body was able to move with when I was almost 30 years younger. Through the years, I've had many injuries, I've had cancer, I've had life changes and challenges, as most of us have. And the one constant in my life was the guiding, loving presence of a God, of my understanding, and the introduction of yoga that brought me from teaching only on my back when I had severe injuries to teaching in a wheelchair. I believe that through these injuries, these have been, as my daughter Eliza would say, setbacks that were setups for comebacks. It has taught me to be compassionate, gentle, affirming, loving, nurturing, exactly where my body is today. There are days I can still practice in this incredibly strong, dynamic way, but I prefer to bring the support that is offered often in the Iyengar tradition to my body, and a chair is a wonderful tool. So if you are curious about, okay, what could that look like? I often hear people saying, I come to yoga when I'm flexible. I'm like, me too. So you don't need to have any of that. You don't have to have any previous experience. You don't have to have any idea. When Reverend Valorie was introducing this meditation focusing on the breath, I was reminded what yoga is to me and what it actually translates into. It is a union of movement and breath. If you have a hard time sitting still meditating, as I did for so many years and still do, your body can become that moving meditation. And that is a wonderful way to accommodate and get to know yourself every time. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. If I step onto the mat or the chair or on my back, I am whole. And I know that all is exactly the way it needs to be today. And I am grateful to be able to introduce that. I believe we will have an introduction after service on the 25th. And if there is interest, whether it's for one person or many people, we're going to offer that here at Unity. I am not familiar with having it online, but I am more than happy to have my personal technology equipment to support people who are not able to come into the facility. So, without further delay, I'd like to just mention a few benefits that yoga offers. In a physical way, it is improving flexibility and strength. It also allows coordination. It is wonderful for the body to get stronger as we hold some work in a chair. On an emotional and mental benefit, there is a benefit of community. There is a sense of well-being. It is a great tool to offer if you struggle with seasonal depression or just an overall depression throughout the year. The deep breathing allows the nervous system to calm, so there are so many opportunities to heal your body from just being present as we introduce it in the chair, and then we can do some standing work with the support of the chair. You'll be amazed what tree will feel like having a chair next to you. So it is accessible to everyone who is curious, and as we grow into that space that is the self with the capital S, I like to believe that I actually grow younger, maybe not necessarily in my body, but with that openness in my heart that is always wanting to be curious and explorative. And those are some of the intentions that we set at the beginning of the year. So when I put my hands to my heart and I greet you in this traditional Sanskrit namaste, it truly means that I see your light. The glory that we just sang about, I see that here. So join me if you like. Namaste.
I'm putting it on my calendar. I don't know about the rest of you. All right, so now, okay, guys. Up here, no, if you want to come up, or I can say it, doesn't matter. All right. So, on the 7th, excuse me, just stay. On the 7th, on the 7th of February, Armand and Vicky, see, I did not mess up this time, are going to have a wonderful gala event. Now, if they showed up, that would be cool too, but it's just them. And it's going to be to pray, eat, and meditate gala. And it's going to be on Saturday in the gathering space for $25, starting at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be light Mediterranean fare, so probably really tasty and healthy and all those things that we might go, healthy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're also going to have this Thursday, the 15th, January 15th, yoga at 6:30 p.m. for Yoga with Barbara Hess. All right, and in the gathering space out here, you'll see flyers for Dream Like a Shaman being presented by Ashley Coleman. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting seminar on shamanic practices of manifestation and ancient ritual, etc. And so please feel free to pick up a flyer for that. And then on January 31st at 3 p.m., we're going to have a Celtic music concert with Dan O'Neill. And I have heard him sing and play, and please show up. You will enjoy it. It will be an amazing concert. All right. And whoops, sorry. Colin, I apologize for leaving you out. And it's going to be, like they said, Colin McLeod will be here, and we're going to have more music.
than who you are. The power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to control. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting us all to the one. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now.
Good morning. My name is Mary Beth Holtzman, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees here at Unity. And as we approach our annual meeting this coming February 22nd, the board would like to give you a brief update on our work to serve Unity of Richmond and fulfill our mission and vision. We will be sharing these updates with you once a month going forward. Our annual meeting and election is on February 22nd, and each year there are 3 openings to fill on our 6-member Board of Trustees. Only members are eligible to vote, but everyone is welcome to attend the annual meeting to be informed and stay connected with our community. And there's a class today if you're interested in becoming a member or learning more about Unity. That is the class this afternoon. The nominating committee consists of Robin Moore as chair, Junius Dandridge, if you're here and you want to raise your hand. Junius is in the back. Reverend Valorie and myself were on the nominating committee. And we are tasked with inviting eligible members to serve on the board. According to our bylaws, some of the main qualifications are that a nominee must be an active member of Unity of Richmond. They must be approved by the nominating committee and the board prior to the election. They must endeavor to live in accord with the universal principles of love and truth as demonstrated by Jesus and as taught by Unity. And further, the work of this organization through their active interest, love, and support. They must have completed a new member orientation, and they must have completed Unity classes in prosperity and conflict resolution or have committed to taking them at the earliest possible time. Elected board members must be insurable and pass a background check, and nominees shall be consistent givers. Board service is not just administration, it's spiritual leadership. It's a practice of living from principle, collaborating through consciousness, and becoming a channel for the mission and vision of the church to move forward. We are asking our prospective candidates to use the discernment process. We're inviting you into a process of prayerful discernment. Rather than making a quick decision, we ask you to sit with the question, is this mine to do? So you would take this into prayer and meditation and listen for your inner clarity. Board service grows you spiritually. It helps you discover new strengths, learn conscious leadership skills, and deepen your connection to the community. You'll be supported with training, mentoring, and team-oriented approaches. For your awareness, the board meets once a month on the last Tuesday. The term is 2 years, and we operate within a collaborative spiritual leadership model. If you feel a nudge to serve and step into greater service as a board member, please contact one of the nominating committee members. They will provide information, answer questions, and give you an application. We will be completing our slate of candidates by February 1st so that we can complete the ballots and present the candidates to you before the annual meeting. We are at an exciting juncture to move Unity of Richmond forward into the vision that Reverend Valorie gave in last week's sermon. Spirit is guiding Unity of Richmond to expand and grow, not just in numbers, but in consciousness and in service, compassion, and financial stability. Spirit is guiding Unity of Richmond to train and grow leadership and support our members to be who they came to be and to share their gifts. And on a personal note, so I've been on the board for 3 years, and I was asked to be on the board, and I did this discernment process because I was not sure. When I was first asked, in my mind, I'm going, no way. No, I'm not doing that. I'd considered myself like, I've been a member of many teams, but I've never been like a committee person. I'm a rule follower, but I don't like to deal with, anyway. So, anyway, I even went and talked with like some of my spiritual mentors, and they even said, no, don't do it. But I have to tell you that I went within and I really considered it in prayer and meditation. And I kept coming back to all that Unity of Richmond has given to me and my family. I have been really involved in the church. Our 2 boys grew up in the youth program. I worked here at a time in the office, and it's given me just so much. And as I thought about it, I thought now is the time that I can give back. Now is the time that I continue to help guide the church and to help be of service in a way of, growing the church, taking the church further. We've been through so much. We just gotten through COVID. Reverend Valorie has done an amazing job as our minister. I still think of her as a new minister, but you've been here 5 or 6 years already. So time goes by, but I really ask you, if you're asked to be by the nominating committee to consider it, please take that time to consider it. And if you happen to not be asked, but this is a calling for you and you'd like to be considered, please reach out to one of us. We would gladly consider you. So thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. That was beautiful, and thank you, Petra. We've been enriched so far already, and we haven't even had our message of the day. So that's pretty cool. Today's message, it isn't what you think. You get what you expect and the power of faith. So we're gonna unfold that as I go along. But what I want to start with is that we are living in some very uncertain and turbulent times, are we not? And many of us feel that we're navigating one storm after another, either in our personal life, our collective lives, and globally. And even though when winds are churning and the waves are high, it is easy for us to get lost, to lose our center. So the real spiritual question becomes this: how to remain centered, or how to get back to center when we know we've lost our center, no matter what is happening outside in the world. We're familiar with the statements, keep the faith, leap of faith, and also in the New Testament, many incidences and stories where Jesus says, "Oh, you of little faith." So I wanted to unpack that a little bit, and because faith is one of our 12 spiritual powers, and this is the beginning of the year, we're going to explore those throughout the year, a power a month. And so we're going to look at that today. So here's the story. It's found in Matthew and Luke and Mark. And it's about Jesus and his disciples. They had been, out there talking to people and addressing the followers and the crowds, and they decided to go away for a time away, a rest, if you will. And so they sailed across the Lake of Galilee, and it was nighttime and there was a violent storm. So Jesus is sleeping through it. And so the disciples are waking him up, shaking him, do you want us to drown? They're in a panic. They're in fear for their lives. Well, Jesus wakes up. He calms the storm. Peace be still. And then he addresses their fear, and he says, why are you afraid, O you of little faith? So it is reported. So the question speaks to us today, not as a judgment for when we get off center and lose our faith, but as an invitation for us to remember who we are, to remember where our true power lies, and to know what steadies us when things are uncertain. So today we're unpacking this spiritual truth. You get what you expect, because faith is the expectancy, right? The faith is that spiritual power that returns us to center, returns us to clarity and peace and right action. So last week we had the white stone ceremony. Whatever word it was that you received last week and wrote down that Spirit gave you for the year as a focus, it's not just an annual ritual or whatever. It is an invitation that asks for your faith and your willingness to take actions toward that realization. To live as if you will. Today's daily word captured it perfectly. It said, I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. That's how we're invited to move into this new year, with faith and confidence. This is how we're invited to live our lives, with faith and confidence. And yet, we know it's not always easy. We know life happens. We know there are setbacks. Fear creeps in. Disappointment, heartbreak. Those things can pull us off our center, especially when we forget that first principle, There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. And if there is only one presence and one power, then there can't be a power that is against you. But in our minds, we experience it as separation. And we get caught up in those storms of the human condition and our human experience. So let's make a decision together that personally and as a spiritual community and as a world, that we will keep our faith pointed in the right direction, that we will expect our good, that you will expect your good, that Unity of Richmond can expect our good, and that whatever chaos is happening, swirling in the storms out there, we can expect good to emerge from that. We may not see it, but we can allow it to emerge and come forth. The Daily Word also said, as Lori read, I collaborate with Spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. Well, I had to take a pause there. I don't know or experience that all the time, that I'm always supported or feel secure. Anybody else ever feel insecure? So we don't always feel secure and brave, but especially when the ego is in the driver's seat, right? So how do we keep that faith, not in the ego, but in our spirit, in that divine nature that is within? And the short answer is to go within, to take it to prayer and meditation, and to ask yourself, who am I being within this circumstance that is challenging me? Can I have faith in my higher self? Can I have faith in my divine identity? Can I have faith in that one presence and one power? Now our first slide is from Hebrews 11:1. It says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Unity teaches us that faith is not something that we acquire, but it is an innate spiritual power, one of those 12 powers that I already mentioned. We'll be exploring one a month. Now, spiritually, these powers exist as divine ideas in our consciousness. And symbolically in our teaching, it's represented by the 12 disciples. It's also represented by 12 energy centers, similar to the chakras. Now we have a definition by our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, as well. And what he said in Keep a True Lent. In Keep a True Lent, he said, faith is the perceiving power of the mind, linked with a power to shape substance. It is spiritual assurance, the power to do the seemingly impossible. It is a force that draws us, our heart's desire, right out of the invisible spiritual substance. It is a deep inner knowing that that which is sought is already ours for the taking, the assurance of things hoped for. Quoting Hebrews 11:1, right? So there is a key. We have the agency in how we use our faith. You can have faith in the boogeyman. I mean, we can use our faith in that way, or we can aim it, and which is external, it's outward, and to conditions based on the appearances, based on our sense consciousness. Or we can point our faith inward to spiritual consciousness. And that's right-minded faith. That faith looks within and trusts the unseen realm of the divine ideas and the creativity that comes forth and emerges from within us. So think about, it's time for a little self-quiz or a self-assessment. Where do you mostly land? Do you fret and worry? Are you fearful and doubting? That mindset is a belief in separation from Source. It's called divided awareness in the Course in Miracles. You can't truly believe in one presence and one power while also believing in a power that is against you. Some say, faith it till you make it. And I'm saying, fake it, sorry. Fake it till you make it. Or I'll say in our unity tradition, faith it till we make it. I recently heard an acronym for faith. Think about it, F-A-I-T-H. Feel as if the thing happened. Feel as if the thing happened. F-A-I-T-C-H. So in other words, we get what we expect. We get what we expect in where we're placing our faith. Our lives reflect what we're thinking and feeling in consistency. So not every one of our negative thoughts comes to pass, thank goodness, right? But that's because there's not, an energy or a marriage of thought and feeling and behavior. So when we believe in thoughts of separation or illness, lack of any kind, then we get more of that. And when we live in thoughts of love, connection, and wholeness, then this is what shows up. And the universe simply says, yes. When our thoughts and feelings and actions are not aligned, we get mixed results. If we say we are whole and feeling disconnected from our bodies, ignoring our bodies, telling us something needs attention, then we're not going to experience wholeness because that's incongruent with our thought and our feeling and our actions. But when we love and accept our bodies as they are, when we can love and accept ourselves as we are, then well-being can emerge. Even with an illness, we want to focus on that pure spiritual being that you are, which is worthy, which is loved, which is love, and which is light. Connect with that. Now, I have a next slide, which is about how we can turn things around for unwanted experience with 2 steps. First of all, when we mindfully do this practice, we can separate ourselves from the thought atmosphere that keeps us feeling powerless and less than. We can, and I don't mean separate your big S self. What we're doing is we're making the connection with the capital S self, and we're separating from the thinking that the little self has, that we are powerless and less than. And the second step is to embrace this immutable truth that you are worthy, you are lovable because you are divine, that one presence and one power is living and expressing in and as and through you. And we need to reconnect with that and allow that to come through. We can choose to do that with our faith. I wanted to talk a little bit about how we get what we expect in faith and the self-fulfilling prophecy. AI has a definition for self-fulfilling prophecy, which I looked up. I mean, I knew about it from the psychological background and studies that I had. But anyway, so can we have the slide next for self-fulfilling prophecy, please? So when a belief or an expectation, even if it's initially false, it causes behaviors that make it come true, creating a cycle where that prediction indirectly brings about its own fulfillment, impacting ourselves and groups, impacting individuals and groups. So if we have an unconscious belief of not being worthy, of not being enough, of not, whatever the not enoughness is, that unconscious belief, then and we give our attention to it and we keep believing it, and it keeps showing up as the things that are mirrored in our life and our experiences, then we start feeling, the thoughts and the feelings that then inform our behavior, and we start acting in a certain way, even if it's just energetically. So we want to be able to bring things to our awareness so that we can let them go, as the song that was just sung. So think about this. If we were all told that we were worthy and capable and in our childhood and by our teachers, our parents, and all of that, then we would be walking through life with, like, believing that and having those kinds of experiences. But because of our human condition and the way things work, and we're not placing blame on our parents, our teachers, or whatever, but because this is a perpetuated cycle, that happens. Those who are not treated as worthy and capable and not feeling loved, then they aren't able to have that mirrored in their life. So let us return to that truth again, embrace that immutable truth that you are loved, you are worthy no matter what your past is, no matter what you've done before, and separate. You are not your thoughts. You have a mind that thinks thoughts, but you are spirit. So this self-fulfilling prophecy also doesn't just apply to individuals, it applies to organizations as well. So I thought, wow, for the last couple of years, I'd like to have a different expectation this year for our board nominations, because we've had exactly the last couple of years the number of candidates running in the election, for the number of openings there are, and there were it wasn't really an election in that we approved the people who were eligible and they were able to step into those positions. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we had several of you just so energetic and so excited to come and serve on the board, and we'd be able to have more choices, not choices, but we would have that energy and that leadership that even if you weren't all serving on the board, you serve in other ways. But it's that leadership mindset, and that I have something that I have to offer. I have a gift that I want to share, and I have this part of this vision with this community is that we are transformed lives, transforming the world, and we'd like it to move forward. So I asked you then to hold that intention this time, that we have more than enough candidates to serve on the board, that we have more than enough volunteers to do what we would love to do and serve in the community and so forth. So back to that faith is the assurance of things that are not seen. Is it not a leap of faith to believe in that which you haven't seen yet, especially when we have evidence to the contrary? The mind has evidence to the contrary. So that's how we get what we expect. So let's make that conscious decision together as a community and as part of the world to keep our faith pointed in that positive direction. So let's pause for a reflection right now. What is your leap of faith? What is your leap of faith as we move into this new year of new possibilities, of new beginnings? What is your leap of faith? And what is that leap of faith? What challenges might you be facing to take that leap of faith? And who are you being with that challenge? Are you being anchored in your spiritual divine nature? Or are you being the one who feels less than and incapable? Who do you become when you reconnect with your wholeness? hold to that vision, hold to that picture of your wholeness, hold to that, feel as if the thing happened. Feel as if it already happened. Faith isn't about forcing outcomes, it's about being. So whatever idea or whatever vision we have for our community, hold that vision. So regardless of where we've been, just let's bring us back to, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming as the emergence out of these setbacks that are setups for comebacks, as Petra has already said. Take a deep breath. Remember what your leap of faith is for this year. So there's power in awareness. There's power in knowing where we are, where we're starting, where we want to be, where we're going. And before the holidays, I did speak a little bit about, and in the class that we had, I talked about the above the line and below the line behavior, where if we are operating from above the line, we're open and we're receptive and we're curious. And if we're operating below the line, then we're fearful, defensive, and closed off. So we want to always notice where we are at in any given moment, so that we can then choose to respond rather than react to circumstances. And just turn that faith around, turn that faith forward to the and within to the inside. Now, I have a story that it's my personal, really a personal aha moment that I had this last week, where I really could feel what it was like, and could really observe my own life from being a witness, that how much we do get what we expect because of that self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will. And on January 5th was the anniversary of my father's death, and it happened that day. I was speaking to my therapist and mentioned, hey, today's the anniversary of my father's passing. And she asked me, how did I feel toward my father now? What was I still feeling angry? Was I still feeling hurt, abandoned, whatever? And I told her, no, I don't feel that way now, although I did at one time. And that, I had done a lot of early work in my early 20s and doing some rebirthing work and some dialogue and some journaling and some more therapy. And I really had done some work, and I came to understand where my father came to be who he was and how he was. And I had compassion. I have compassion for him, because he didn't get that nurturing himself. And I did come to know that the reason that he wasn't there for my brother and I when my parents were divorced is that internal just not belief in himself, the shame that he carried throughout his life, that he didn't feel worthy or that he had anything to offer us kids by being there. So he sort of disappeared, from time to time, and then a little bit coming back now and then, but more or less he left the picture. So I went about my day, and then that night I had a dream, and my father was in the dream. It was just really interesting to see him again and to be with him and connect with him. He was his younger self that I remember when I was younger too. And I got up the next morning and I was writing about it because it was so vivid. And as I was writing, I realized that I had a piece, another layer that I had learned from that experience. And that was because my father used to make lots of promises that he couldn't follow through with or didn't follow through with. And so I lived with a lot of disappointment. So guess what? My unconscious belief was people disappoint me. I can't rely on people to follow through. Wow. That was my unconscious belief. That is what was mirroring in my life as I was a young adult and an older adult, in my relationships, in my work, various work situations that I was in, and so forth. So I realized, wow, if I didn't have that belief, how different would my life have been? Because when we're living in that shadow part of ourselves, we are stuck. And when we're living in that shadow part of ourselves, then we are acting a certain way. We're being a certain way. We're energetically putting out a certain frequency, right? So if I expect to be disappointed in my life, then I mirror that out. And so I might carry myself with that expectation. My energy goes out and gets resentful or something like that. So I just learned this, and I was like, wow, that is a big piece for me to look at, you know, in my interactions with people. Expect the best from them. Expect, instead of expect whatever I got previously and experienced in my life. Now, does that mean that everybody does everything and, you know, just right every time? No. But I am not going to be swayed by that any longer. I'm going to be a different person in the middle of that experience if it happens again. So I am working on that. I'm a work in progress. And it was I just wanted to share with you with that, because we're always growing, we're always learning, we always have more to uncover. So last of all, I just wanted to come back to our current world situations, because, you know, if you're grieving, if you're disappointed, if you're angry, if you're feeling, grief, sadness, whatever it is, you know you're not alone. I have struggled myself. I struggle with how to talk to you, what to share with you that doesn't sound like a hollow platitude, you know? Just keep the faith. No. So I was struggling with that. I have been. Because this is sort of deja vu when I first came here on the heels of the pandemic. It was George Floyd had been killed by a police officer. There was unrest around our country. There were protests. Things were stirred, you know. And I cannot pretend that it's not happening, and I cannot pretend that we can just ignore it. But what I can say, as I'm in this integral ministry program, when we look at spiral dynamics, and we're going to talk a little bit about that next week, what is happening right now, there is an explanation for it, even though it's not going to soothe the heartache. What we're witnessing right now is humanity's unhealed shadow, right? The collective's unhealed shadow coming to the surface. That illusion of separation is breaking down so that something new can emerge. And that can look very dark, very violent, and chaotic. But we need to remember that we're here for a reason, that we're here to stay awake. We're here to do our inner work, to transform our lives, and so that we can radiate peace, so we can radiate love, so we can radiate and harmonize the world and bring more of that peace that we sing about at the end of service. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The only thing that I can change is me. The only thing you can change is you. So it comes back to asking that question. Who am I being within this experience? Return to your divine identity. Trust your inner light. Expect good. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your spiritual community that is here, and we're all in this together. Now, the Course in Miracles is a great place to have discussions and go deeper with some of these concepts. And Mare was sharing a reading with me earlier this week. And this is the reading from Looking Within, the text, section 7. I thought it was very powerful. So here's what it says. Not all of it, because it was too long, but you see what you expect, and you expect what you invite. Your perception is the result of your invitation coming to you as you sent for it. Whose manifestation would you see? Of whose presence would you be convinced? For you will believe in what you manifest, and as you look out, so you will see in. Two ways of looking at the world are in your mind, and your perception will reflect the guidance you have chosen. Moving forward some lines. Remember always that you will see what you seek, for what you seek you will find. The ego finds only what it seeks, and only that. It does not find love, for that is not what it is seeking. When you want only love, you will see nothing else. Charles Fillmore used to say that too. But when you want only love, you will see nothing else. So there are two ways of looking at the world. We can look outside and put our awareness on fear, or we can look within to the Spirit and see love. This is how we get what we expect. So in closing, faith isn't just wishful thinking or denial or blind optimism. It's an aspect of your divine nature. It's spiritual assurance. It is that calm presence within the storm that cannot be shaken by outer conditions. So when we choose faith over fear, when we choose unity over separation and love over the ego, then we are shaping that substance that Charles Fillmore talked about. And we're shaping it from inside, from the invisible. So when we're expecting our good, and then we allow it to emerge. So as you move through this week, I want to leave you with this challenge. Ask yourself often, who am I being right now? Am I reacting from past expectations and predicting the future from that? Or am I responding from wholeness? Return to center, look within, expect your good, expect our good as a community. Expect good for our world. Because when we see good and expect good, then we see it. We be it. When we expect love, then we see love. And when we expect peace, then we become the peace. We embody peace. And when we live from faith, then we become the calm in the storm. So it is.
All I can say is wow. And it's interesting how things sort of happen, not even planned, but things sort of, little points touch each other and you don't really realize how they're going to connect. And so our meditation today is going to kind of connect to something that I was watching before I came in this morning, and it's an art meditation. And it dealt with spirals and how you spiral into energy and into your own heart. So what I would like for you, everyone to do is take a nice deep breath and then let it out. And then take another one for me. And imagine the journey you're taking from your head, your ego, down into your heart. And your heart is that safe room where you can relax, where there is no fear, where there is no doubt, only love. And you can go to that room anytime you need it, with your breath. That breath will take you into your heart, will help you open that door. And then that light, that faith that we were just talking about, that light and energy will fill your heart. And you will have a chance to just rest. To rest in yourself. To rest in your faith. And that chance to just go, I am here. I am now. There is no past. There is no future. There is only now. And now I'm in that space of love. I'm in that space of energy. And I'm a living example of that faith. So let's be quiet for just a moment. Take that deep breath and enjoy your room and your heart. And realize that you can furnish your heart however you need it. You can have a garden. You can have a church. You can have a comfy chair. Inside your heart, that is your place. And you can design it however you need it to be and fill it however you need it to be. So take one more deep breath for me and come back to the room. Amen. All right, and now I believe our music team is going to lead us in Alleluia.
Hallelujah.
call our ushers forward, and we're going to do our prosperity blessing. All right, here we go. Divine love flows from me as a spirit of generosity. I know that as I give generously, I enter the flow of abundance. Every good possibility comes into view as I swim in the stream of infinite good. I am the harmony of divine love, blessed and overflowing.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. No, not just for some, but just for
Well, everybody's coming back, so let us give the thanks for our wonderful prosperity here. We give thanks for the gifts that will support our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. Yay. Do we have any little ones today? Yes? Well, okay. Do you want to bring her up, or? Yep.
Let's do it. 1,
2, 3.
I know they did the Elmo coloring book.
Elmo is cool. You like Elmo? way, lady. All right. So I would like to, wait a minute, we had quite a number of thank yous for today, so let me do this. So first, I'd like to start in the back for our wonderful AV team. Yay! Everybody. And I want Bernie, let's see, wait a minute. I want to say thank you for Debbie for everything she does, for Bernice, for our serious leader back there, for Rob. I also want to say good grief. I want to say thank you for Jamie for being our hospitality host today, for Peyton, Vicky, and Armand for their wonderful music, for Ryan, Forrest, and Ian, yay! For Carol, for apparently single-handedly, I can't talk, taking down all of the Christmas decorations, and Bernice was all over the place today, so make sure you give her a big hug and say thank you. And I think we're ready to do our song. All right. Oh, and there will be prayer chaplains available after the service. All right, so let us do the prayer of protection. Okay, all right. We're going to do this. All right, here we go. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
That was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be the